I've been waiting for this for 1 day, which is way too long, man. No videos for 1 day. And I see clips. I see the clips very early in the morning, at least for him, right? For me, it is late. So, yeah. So I've been, feeling like absolute shit, man. Of course, how can I not feel like shit if there are no new xQc videos, man?
Go watch it later.
Well, I'm his mom, Mama Bear.
Granny Bear and Mama Bear. Love y'all five ever.
And how are you guys doing?
I just got out of the hospital. For a few days I was there. The stress related with all this going on. But that's my baby they got over there.
How are you feeling?
Hurt, but I get on my Harley and I just filter thoughts. Just think about the last time I spent with him and what we talked about. We talked about if anything were to happen to myself or to him, again, that we would find each other in the next life if it's possible.
Jesus, she
And we
sounds
just
so
talked
like
about the future and about
head
the
on her
baby.
shoulders, reasonable type of person.
He has a baby due May 5th. And then I got the call, Mom, I'm at court, you know, wish me luck.
No?
But I think they're gonna take me in. He had an idea. And that was, what, 5 days ago?
Crip got arrested, obviously, everybody knows. He got arrested, and then he was thinking that, we were all thinking that it was just a regular state case because he doesn't have any acts of violence. He hasn't, like, used any guns on anybody. He's never used that. And right now, the feds picked up the case because they're making him out to be, like, a career criminal.
You know how much time they're offering?
If they try to make him a career criminal, it's 15 minimum.
What is a career criminal? Somebody who makes...
I just want him home.
Me too.
And for those unfamiliar, you know, why is he back in?
He had a ghost gun. He had a gun with no serial numbers on it.
Ooh.
This is an epidemic, for God's sake.
Chills.
Oh, no.
One of the president's executive actions would add new restrictions on ghost guns.
And those are weapons that people build from parts that do not have serial numbers on them.
Homemade in just a few hours using a 3D printer.
It was a holiday.
It was a holiday,
Yeah.
and he went to...
Wait, what the fuck was that?
Hours using a
What the fuck is this shit?
3D printer.
It was a holiday.
It was a holiday.
Is that just a
He
lower?
went
It
to
looks like the whole, that looks like the whole
barbecue. It
gun.
was like a little barbecue. He just went to say what's up. He was in the backyard. He was
Guys, I thought you only need the fucking lower to be printed, and you put the rest on normal.
on live, talking on live. And you know, when he's on live, he's not doing nothing. He's just there talking.
$55, I get you a story post. Very affordable, $5, y'all.
Like, oh, doing features, $55, whatever the fuck you doing, right? And then the police probably saw, oh, he's in the neighborhood.
He's got it in his hand.
They came into private property inside the backyard, and they arrested him.
So he was at a barbecue.
Yeah.
Around the 55th and Western area.
Right.
Chilling.
Not on the street, not on the corner. He was in the backyard. And then, yeah, they claim they found something.
At first, I was shocked, but upon further research, it appears that the conditions of Cripmac's probation in California actually took away his rights to decline search and seizure, even on private property. So long as the arresting officer is able to establish reasonable suspicion, like the smell of marijuana emanating from the home, or more than 3 alleged gang members being inside it.
Chad, what sucks, Chad, is that they can articulate in court pretty much anything. It's like a traffic stop. Yeah, when they do it, it can kind of be sketchy, but then they go to like, yo, I thought this, I thought that. At that point, bro, it's just how it is. It's dog shit, but it is what it is.
The arresting officer is allowed to enter the property without a search warrant. So, on paper, LAPD didn't do anything.
How do you go back in the past and tell somebody that they didn't smell a whiff of something in a spot? It's like impossible.
Illegal. That being said, I still couldn't believe that Cripmac, who's never been convicted of a violent crime, was potentially facing 15 years in federal prison, just for having a gun, which after all is a constitutional right, and seems quite necessary for self-defense purposes, given his tattoos, recent financial success, and high profile. So, to get a better understanding of why and how this could happen, I decided to sit down with lawyer and former federal prosecutor Michael Friedman to get some answers.
Okay. My name is Michael Friedman, and I'm a criminal defense attorney, and I'm the founder of the Friedman firm here in Los Angeles. Before I started my own firm, I was a federal prosecutor for the U.S. Attorney's Office here in LA for the Central District of California. So I prosecuted federal criminal cases.
So he knows his shit.
So what
then.
can you tell us about Cripmac's case?
Cripmac is charged with being a felon in possession of a firearm or ammunition. It's illegal if you're a felon to have a gun. That's the simple fact. Under
Chills.
state law or federal law. So when you think about federal criminal law, it's more common to think about RICO going after the mob or wire fraud, you know, Enron, Bernie Madoff, these kinds of cases. A gun case is more often in state court. It's a little bit more of an ordinary case. The federal authorities in recent years have prosecuted these cases more and more because they're able to get harsher sentences. And so there's a big push to get guns off the street by imposing harsher sentences on people who have
Yeah,
guns.
it teaches like a
when they're
lesson
not
or something,
supposed to.
like a...
There was an initiative when I was a prosecutor called Project Safe Neighborhood.
The officers aren't just out there to arrest people, they're out there to try to get involved and make the community safer.
Drawing from academic research and decades of experience,
Making an example,
the program is based on the fundamental principle that law enforcement agencies and communities must work together to address violent crime to make their neighborhoods safer.
And essentially what happens is LAPD or any local police agency will coordinate with their federal counterparts at the FBI or the ATF. They'll adopt that case and they'll file charges like those against Cripmac. So
Jesus,
now he's in federal
Guys.
court
That sounds
facing
fucking heavy.
federal.
You know what I
GG.
don't
Still,
get?
I was confused. According to Dr. Friedman, Cripmac's case
We
carries
have these
a 5-year
big cities,
minimum.
right,
Yet
in
earlier, China Mac had
America.
mentioned that if the prosecution
That's
decides to
fantastic.
add the
Why
career
do they-
criminal enhancement, he'd receive a 15.
Why, when they choose to
Dr.
make a
Friedman
big city,
explained to me that all of
why
this
did
has
why
to
did
do
they
with
place it in the
federal
middle of the
sentencing
fucking
guidelines,
desert?
which have a mathematical equation to determine your
Why-
offender level. Factors
Why
like
not
gang
place it in-
membership can bump
in like
up
a
your level
nice
and
spot?
in turn triple the mandatory minimum
Not
sentence
in a
that
fucking
corresponds
desert.
to the crime you committed.
So for every
What's the point
crime
to that, dude?
that's a federal crime, there's a guideline which tells you what the base offense level is. And then there's enhancements. So for example, when
A
I was a
multiplier.
prosecutor, I prosecuted a felon in possession case where someone ran from the police and threw the gun off a balcony and it landed in a parking lot where some kids were playing. The guidelines tell you that if someone is a felon with a gun, they start out at a certain base offense level. But if they create a risk to human life in the course of committing the crime, add 2 levels or add 4 levels. All of that.
They got the math and shit. Bro, this is just like a pay table for slots, dude.
That goes into a person's base offense level, and then you have to look at their criminal history. Yes.
So this just straight up tells you how long you're going to jail.
Well, they're not binding on the judge, but the judges have to start by calculating the range. And most judges, generally speaking, more or less go with that range.
While these sentencing enhancements exist on a federal level, the city of Los Angeles has long done away with gang enhancements. They were eliminated in December 2020 by DA George Gascon, citing prison overpopulation and high recidivism rates.
I eliminated sentence enhancements because sentencing enhancements doesn't necessarily create more safety. In fact, they often create more recidivism and they make us less safe.
This resulted in the immediate freeing of rapper Draco the Ruler, rest in peace. But on a federal level, these enhancements are still the rule of law. And according to Dr. Friedman, unlike in county or state courts, it's almost impossible to bargain for a lower sentence with federal
Wait, I'm
prosecutors.
really confused
They
by what
almost
you
never
just said.
lose. And only 8% of defendants end up taking their case to trial after feds make their initial offer. But why? Dr. Friedman says the feds don't prosecute unless they're pretty much certain they'll win the case.
Cases that are prosecuted by the U.S. Attorney's Office, they're very buttoned up. They don't charge cases unless they've really vetted their evidence and unless they feel they can really prove their case.
What's the federal conviction rate?
The federal conviction rate
And then
is
90
incredibly
plus?
high.
Like
I think the
98 or
figure
something.
is something like 97% of
Oh, I was
people
one
who
off.
are charged with federal crimes end up pleading guilty.
Upon further research, I learned that many defendants only plead guilty because claiming you're innocent of a crime, even if you are, could result in being given an even harsher sentence if convicted.
If you plead guilty before trial, you get a reduction in your offense level for acceptance of responsibility. It's usually 3
Guys,
points.
I mean, if you're gonna
Sometimes it's
send
2
it,
in
you
lower
send it,
level
right?
cases. So if you're looking at,
Is that the
let's
basis
say,
of that?
6 to 8 years, that could automatically become 5 to 7 years or 4 to 5. Because the guidelines are so severe and predictable, as you noted when you look at that chart, That's why a lot of people take deals. And
I'm just saying,
the flip side of that is,
if you're gonna send it and be like, yo, not guilty, and you go and fucking, you know, you actually did it, and you go straight for it, and you take the gamble, well, it's a gamble, you know?
is what's called the trial
Dude,
penalty. It's an
only
individual
gambler in his head, bruh.
But there's a general perception
Resources
that if
and
you
they
go to trial
waste
and
time
lose,
and shit.
What
not
is
only do you
wrong
not
with
get
him?
points, but the judge is going to defer to it.
This seems absolutely ridiculous. Part of our Sixth Amendment rights as American citizens is the right to a fair trial under any and all circumstances. The federal trial penalty seems
Okay. Well, that's I don't think his argument is good, even though I didn't even hear it because I'm dumb as fuck. Then okay, then not guilty, fair. Same one as guilty, but as harsh. Fuck it, send it. Fucking guys, because in this case, then you want it like this. Okay, then fucking max out the wazoo off the fucking rippy. What about it?
antithetical to the
That's
very
bullshit.
purpose of our justice system,
What the fuck?
which is to uphold a foundational concept in our Constitution. Innocent until
What?
proven
Am I
guilty.
dumb?
Though I was quite
I'm dumb.
surprised to learn all of this. In the street world, this is pretty much common knowledge.
Oh, they gon' hammer you. If they offer you 5, 7, you don't take it because you feel like, oh, you know, that's not fair. The next trip around, 18.
The more I learned about the federal sentencing guidelines, the more scared I got for my guy Cripmac. It seemed that in all reality, he'd be lucky to get 5 years, which is fucked up to say. But Dr. Friedman said, there's still a possibility Cripmac could get between 2 and 3 years if he immediately pleads guilty to a judge.
A federal felon in possession case could be anywhere from 2 or 3 years in prison to 7 or 8 years in prison in sort of a garden variety situation. Some of that depends on the judge, how strict they are. Some of it depends on the person, and their lawyer makes arguments to the judge that although the guidelines may say 6 to 8 years is appropriate, you should take into account this person had a difficult upbringing. Or even though this person shouldn't have had a gun, people will often argue they lived in a neighborhood where they felt the need for it. It's all these human factors that the judge has to take into account.
I can't help but feel like Cripmac falls into that 3% of federal cases that deserve special...
If you're objectively innocent, well, when pleading not guilty, I mean, there's a good chance you're not going to be seen as guilty, dude. If they don't... Guys, they prosecute winning cases, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Special considerations. This, I believe, is for a number of reasons,
gonna
but
lose,
primarily diagnosed...
What? Huh? His upper arm looks really short compared to his lower arm.
Considerations. This, I believe, is for a number of reasons,
lose,
but primarily
really short.
paranoid schizophrenia.
Win.
Here's a video of Cripmac explaining his condition 2.5 years ago.
I suffer mental illness, which is diagnosed schizophrenia. Oh, hood, I'm gonna keep it nifty with you. Schizophrenia consists of hearing voices, paranoia,
all jokes aside, I'm pretty sure being a schizo is actually really bad, no?
God damn it, bipolar.
Okay, come on, editor with the music, man. Come on. Come.
Damn, I wish ODMC was here to help me figure out what this word I'm thinking of.
Oh my God, dude.
Type of disorder, pretty much.
I wish they would take that in consideration, you know, that he is, it's verified that he's paranoid schizophrenia.
He needs medical help. Psychiatric, well, from what I know of schizophrenia, he definitely needs someone that's, know what they're doing about in that area, exactly, and put him on the right type of medications, because he's been on medications before. He gets drowsy and
he's not sharp.
He's not sharp and
he's zombied. He's like a zombie.
Exactly.
Well, I mean,
they've tried to put me.
Well, I mean, it's a kind of recipe for disaster, though. I mean, schizophrenia with a gun on top of that, that's labeled off. Shit, I mean, dude, you have a really dangerous cocktail society over here, dude.
They make you tired. If I'm drowsy during the day in South Central LA out here, that's a perfect time to slip. And everybody knows what I mean.
Guys,
keep it 55th Street.
This is gonna be a really, really tough take, and check it. I'm trying to sound, guys.
What?
Guys, if people are gonna hold, and they should, I think, the card of like, oh, guys, people that do a lot of shootings and shit like that have mental illness. Oh, blah blah blah. Like, help them instead of getting mad, whatever the fuck. But then now you have kind of a good example of that type of combination, even though I'm not saying anything about shootings or whatever, right? Then you kind of have to uphold that standard, right?
When's the last time he was taking steady medication for schizophrenia?
From when I know, it must have been, that I know of 2015.
Right?
You know,
That sounds about
yeah,
right.
Exactly, and I've seen him take it, and he slept all day. He would sleep all day.
So it kind of
That's
knocks
tough.
him.
I don't know about the case. I don't want to make any fucking
This conversation
conclusions.
about the adverse effects of schizophrenia medication caused me to review the old interview footage I had with Cripmac to see if maybe he'd mentioned it, and lo and behold, he did. But instead of touching on his personal experience, he framed it as more of a PSA.
I recommend anybody that has a mental health problem to don't take pills, especially if they gangbang, because it's going to fuck up their head. They're going to end up slow, and they're going to end up slipping and getting chipped on the streets. Seriously.
It's obvious that Cripmac's unmedicated, diagnosed paranoid schizophrenia plays a major role in his paranoia, which is the motivating factor behind him feeling like he always has to have a gun. But mental health aside, let's look at some other factors that may have contributed to Cripmac's paranoia. Last time we interviewed him was about 6 months ago, shortly after he was released from state prison.
The reason
I
you
should
don't
note
take
that
meds, right, is because, right, obviously, they want you to think you're crazy, and they want you on those meds, right? Then they put stuff in them. They put tranquilizers in them to subjugate you, man, to make you obedient. You don't want that, dude. You don't want to listen to these people. You don't want to do what the people that are watching you are saying, man.
The previous prison term, which was 11 months, was also served for firearm possession. Upon his release, he was placed on a 6-year probation, which had extremely strict terms. One of these terms was that he was not allowed to leave Los Angeles County under any circumstances. His family and friends say this restriction put him in a lot of danger.
The city of Los Angeles insists that he stays in Los Angeles, where all the opposition is, all the ops, all the, you know, the enemies. Does that make sense, Mom?
Not to me, of course, but that's the way it is.
So that means he can't even go to Six Flags.
No.
He can't even go down to Orange County.
No, he really isn't supposed to go anywhere.
He can't leave LA County. So if you can't leave LA County, right, and all your enemies is in LA County, I tried to get him to New York. I actually asked the probation officer if he could go to New York. It would be much better for him, for not just for his career, but for everything, you know? And they said no. How can you try to change somebody and you don't let that person leave the place that is so dangerous for that person? And then you expect that person to just
for
live
real.
like a normal human being when that person isn't that. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just a catch-22 for him.
Many of you watching may not understand how gang-infested the streets of Los Angeles are. Many of you may associate LA with comedy podcasters, luxury storefronts in places like Beverly Hills, and lavish upscale living in places like Bel Air and West Hollywood. But outside this very small radius...
Nah, I don't think, no. I think it's homeless, people who can't afford a lifestyle who still do and become broke, dreams that come to fucking die, dog shit houses that smell like ass fuck, and a bunch of mansions that are overpriced, and smog and death. That's what we think about.
Occur.
When I think of LA, I think of Hassan's
which
Biden.
claim 80% of the county's territory. Now, Cripmac's turf, which is the
And a
centerpiece
fucking
of his
desert.
identity,
Why
the
do you
only
build a
place
city
the
in a
where he
fucking
got
desert,
his
you know?
and safety is immediately bordered by 70
Are they-
rival street gangs, including
Yeah,
his mortal
who built
enemies,
this
the
fucking
Brims
city?
and
Some Spanish guy?
4 to 5 blocks away from where
That
his house
fucking
was.
guy is
Gang
fucking
politics
retarded,
aside,
man.
This is very sad because all of these rival gangs are
Why?
actually part of the
Why do
same
you
community.
build a city
All descend
in
from
the
the
middle
same
of a
lineage
fucking
Southern
desert?
blacks who fled the
Are you
post-South
retarded, bruh?
Crow era. Cripmac's grandmother actually left her hometown of Houston, Texas at 14 years old because of segregation.
Oh, yeah, I witnessed all of that. I witnessed Jim Crow. I witnessed all of that. I was born in 1947. So, I mean, I was doing the Martin Luther King, even before Martin Luther King. So, I've seen a lot change.
Harriet Tubman?
No, not that far
Okay,
back. I'm from the time where, you know, we sit in the back. We're supposed to sit in the back seat of the bus, you know. And the bus driver say, "Okay, you gals, y'all know y'all belong up in the back." And we were sitting.
I knew it was
"Okay,
coming, man.
You gals, y'all know y'all belong. back in the back, and we were 10 or 11 years old.
I knew it was coming, man.
Discrimination on the bus?
Oh, you kidding? Now, yes, it happened to me. It happened to me. Oh my goodness, yes. During that same time, they had this place called Woolworths or something where you buy clothes and stuff. And they had the restaurant upstairs was for the whites, and downstairs was for the colored. Not black or Negro.
She's that old?
Colored. They had colored water fountain. They had colored toilets, which you don't want to go in because it was nasty. My best friend
Like
and
40s?
I, at 10 or 11, go up where the people, the
She
white
is
people,
old, man.
and the waitress say, "Girls, y'all know y'all don't belong up in here. You know you go to Grunts." But they wouldn't hurt us or anything, you know. They just wouldn't serve us.
While Granny Bear never experienced any racial violence firsthand, exclusion still persisted. So Granny Bear, at age 14, decided to leave her hometown and head west to California for a new life. This was called the Second Great Migration, a period after World War II that brought over 100,000.
Chat, exclusion like that might as well be violence. I mean, it's terrible, dude. I mean, exclusion in the modern social world, it's a lot of hurt and shit.
African Americans
I mean,
from the
insane.
American South to California. But
I just
upon their
there's some
arrival,
fucking
Black Americans,
force and
specifically redlined
parasocial
by
motherfucker.
who kept them
And that
segregated
sucker,
away from white
he
society,
told me to get away, juicer.
caused
Yo, fuck
outrage,
you,
which led
man.
many to adopt black
You
liberation
fucking dick.
movements. And in 1968, the LA chapter of the Black Panther Party was formed on the corner of 41st and Central, very close to 55th.
I have
And they were
proof.
not
I have
fucking
proof.
playing.
I have proof. I have proof. Wait, Nick. Fuck. Give me this. Give me this. I have fucking proof. Here. Yeah, go away, juicer, man. Fuck you.
Racist Gestapo
Dickhead.
pigs have to stop brutalizing our community or we're going to take up guns, we're going to drive them out.
Soon the Panthers and law enforcement were embroiled in an all-out war, as evidenced by this raid on the Panther Party office on Central Avenue in Los Angeles in 1969.
In the following years, the Black Panthers, as well as the Brown Berets, American Indian Movement, and beyond, were strategically infiltrated and disrupted by the FBI as a part of an operation called COINTELPRO, which arguably resulted in the assassination of Fred Hampton, Malcolm X, and Martin Luther King Jr. By 1971, when COINTELPRO concluded, black liberation movements like the ones in LA had been severely weakened nationwide, and it just so happens around this exact time frame that Crips began in South Central LA, which initially stood for Community Revolution in Progress. They had vague political undertones, but that wouldn't last very long. After the introduction of PCP in the late 70s and then crack cocaine in the early 80s, the Crips became a full-blown drug gang, free of any political undertones, and were involved in a brutal turf war with the Bloods over territory and sale of crack. Since this conflict began over 45 years ago, tens of thousands of people have been killed, locking this community in a vicious cycle of vengeance and retribution, where each body leads to 10 more, and 10 more, and 10 more. And no one in the world of LA gangs has a more recognizable face card than Mr. Cripmack, who is the second most famous Crip in history behind Snoop Dogg. So regular civilian activities like going to the grocery store, the post office, or the laundromat could potentially be life-ending decisions for him if he runs into the wrong person. And the only thing standing between him, life-ending decisions for him if he runs into.
I've seen this video, dude. I've seen that. Guys, this is my take. Guys, the reality is that the last thing that a robber would want to do is shoot, right? Because if you're gonna go for a robbery, right? I'm sure they want the gun to be the strong arm, right? But they never want to shoot because that's a terrible crime. I mean, they're gonna get fucked, right? They just want to get some loot, right? But they come over with a gun. Well, I mean, the owner is kind of the opposite. Kind of has like all the willingness, I think, to shoot and defend, right? So they're always at a disadvantage if they gun to gun because this guy doesn't want to shoot. This guy wants to shoot, and this guy gets fucking blasted. I see the video. I've seen it.
And the only thing standing between him and death in that situation is a firearm. In my opinion, forcing Cripmack to stay in LA County during his 6-year probationary period is a recipe for disaster, and I think it's by design.
Yeah, it seems like that system is designed to put people back in jail. They are, though. In America, prison is a business, you know? Prison is a business, so when it's a business, they don't care about, keeping people out of prison. Because why? Because you're not making money like that. You know, they
Wait,
want
no
people to
cap,
be in prison.
actually.
Every single license plate in New
No
York
cap.
City is made by
Because,
prisoners.
dude,
You know what I'm saying?
if they keep people in prison, then you get to pay for it, man. So they want people in prison, so they can keep people paying for it.
How much do they get paid an hour for that?
35 cents. And that's big money.
For commissary, yeah, for sure.
That's big money. 35 cents is big money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, people making 15 cents. It is slavery. It is slavery, bro.
The difference is that they won't say it.
Yeah, when they said, oh, no more slavery, they put that rule saying, oh, except if you're in prison.
The 13th Amendment.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, all right, we're not going to just come out and enslave everybody.
I don't know if I
We're
should
just
take
going
the
to lock
face value
everybody
or
up
not.
and just, like, you know, enslave them that way. And that sucks.
China Mac is not exaggerating. For example, at Louisiana State Penitentiary, aka Angola Prison, inmates are forced to pick cotton for 2 cents an hour.
At one time, we made 4 cents an hour, and for some reason or another, the budget got cut.
Which makes sense because before becoming a prison, it was called the Angola Plantation, one of the many
Yo, what budget, dude? The whole squad gets probably paid like $9 for the whole squad for the whole day or 2 days.
properties of
$9,
Isaac Franklin, who was
budget?
believed to be the richest and cruelest slave owner in the American South.
They don't want us to be better. They don't want us to be smarter. They don't want us to be free. They want us to be caught. They want us to be pigs, to be cattle. You know what I'm saying? So they could feed off of us. That's what the fuck they doing, bro. And it's sad, bro. And it's sad to see Crip Mac get caught up in that.
So far, we've discussed Crip Mac's paranoid schizophrenia and how the dramatic travel restrictions imposed by his probation have put him directly in the crosshairs of his enemies.
I read this in the YouTube comments, so it's probably fake, but can anybody confirm? I read that black people, right? They have they're schizo more often. They have a higher rates of schizophrenia. Is that true? Is that true? Please, just let me know.
But there's another factor we
YouTube
haven't discussed, which is the effects of viral fame and the newfound risks and responsibilities that come with it. In our previous episode, Crip Mac...
You know what, dude? It should be nothing. There should be no responsibility or nothing to do with any of fucking virality. I don't give a fuck. Dude, the whole thing is dog shit.
Returns.
Fuck that.
We touched on this briefly when I asked him how his life changed after going viral. A transformation which Channel 5 had a lot to do with.
Guys, going viral. If you post dumb shit, 10 videos, okay? It's not because my 5th video went viral, okay? That my 6th video has to be more responsible because of the people that are coming in from the fucking 5th video. It's just a stupid ass standard. You want to uphold it because they're fucking dumb as bricks, okay? Fucking libtard shit.
Bro, it made a lot of people watch me. The attention was on me. I'm like, all right, kid, I see that now. Everything I do, the world's gonna watch. Some people, they just get mad about your fame sometimes.
How come, you think?
I don't know, because they're poor. A lot of people are poor. You have money and you're making money, you just around motherfuckers just poor all day. They don't like that shit because they're miserable.
In the internet age of clout-obsessed fame leeches, viral fame presents a major X factor for someone already living a dangerous life on the streets. And Crip Mac knows this all too well. In the first year after going viral, he got beat up by his own friends for false claiming a different hood on Facebook 8 years ago. Then, a man from Indiana built an entire online following by pretending to be his dad. And in the past year, 75% of his girlfriends have tried to arrange his murder, typically after he refused to continue promoting their OnlyFans. And according to China Mac, Crip Mac receives between 2 and 3 credible death threats every single day, just for being who he is.
He's a trophy out here. You know, people that live that life, people would, you know, happily do something for him just to go viral on the internet. So because of that, he has to feel safe at all times. He goes above and beyond to feel protected because he's so paranoid about everything. Not even just having weapons or anything, just period. Everything, how he moves.
That's tough. I mean, if you have schizophrenia and then you have an actual reason to be at least a certain degree of paranoid, right? Because that's justified paranoia. Dude, if somebody are actually after you, Well, of course you're gonna be on your edge. You're not crazy for it.
To the people
Upon
saying
further reflection,
USA
I
is
realized
NA
that Crip Mac may or may
equals
not
NA,
be
dude.
the most
It is.
paranoid person I've ever
It
met
is
in
in
my entire
NA.
life.
Are you fucking retarded, man?
Park closer. 5 feet closer.
When I first met him about 2.5 years ago, it was as if he was expecting to be shot at any moment.
You never know, cuz. You could have a great day, some shit like this, and something make you happy, cuz. Enemy you feeding them might say, fuck your jet, I'm just spit on you. I don't give a fuck about these cameras. I'm gonna knock cuz sleep. I'm gonna do destruction.
And that was before he went viral.
He's constantly looking around. Can you blame him? There are people who just want to see him go down just to see him go down.
Yet that being said, getting to know Crip Mac over the past few years, I've seen him mature a lot. The person I met back in 2021, who wouldn't wear anything besides blue Pro Club t-shirts, and whose primary goal was to challenge my cameraman to a one-on-one fistfight, is not the person I know today. That being said, I'm not Crip Mac's primary collaborator. Crip Mac's primary platform is a podcast called No Jumper, hosted by Adam22, who first interviewed Crip Mac back in early 2020. So I decided to sit down with Adam to get a more objective perspective on how Crip Mac has changed or not changed over the past couple years.
Thanks for the interview, G. I appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure.
How did you first discover Crip Mac?
Somebody sent me like a YouTube short of him just sort of screaming at the camera.
Big Hoover killer destruction. The fighting neighborhood Crip, our hood.
And it had like 300,000 views, but I didn't know who he was. So I started asking everybody I knew who he was. Eventually I got his Instagram and I just messaged him and I asked him if he would do it.
I want you to.
And he said yes.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And today, it's the Mac Sitch.
Our hood, fight Crip. It's a nifty day on 55th Street. A real Crip. I does my dues. These blue Air Max with blood on the bottom.
Dude, nifty.
And
that song goes hard.
Him reacting to like finding out Lil Nas X
way
was
back
gay,
when we used to listen to that shit.
was like a huge thing, huge progressive moment for the gay rights agenda.
Lil Nas came out with that Old Town Road.
Chat, you don't remember this song? Guys, is this the right song? Hold on. Man, is this really? I have to fucking Google like this? Guys, it's a song, I swear. Okay, it exists, I swear.
Get up and I send this motherfucker just like this.
Guys, I swear it's a song, I swear.
I ain't even gonna lie.
I know it's real.
I like that motherfucker.
It is real.
Oh yeah, that was a hit.
I know it's real.
The world is getting a lot more progressive.
I swear, man.
C-Mac, the Loke, on the podcast expressing support for an openly homosexual rapper. That's cool.
Oh, it's that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, fuck her. He's more like a Takashi 6ix9ine. Fuck her. I liked how the song went, cuz I never knew cuz was gay on hood.
So that's not cool with you?
That shit ain't nifty on 50s.
I don't know. He just like kind of wowed me early on. I was always scared to get close to him though because of the forehead tattoo and everything like that. I always like, it took me a while to just like fully accept that like this guy's my friend, even though sometimes he's a little difficult to be friends with politically. Because honestly, like he's got problems with a lot of like very dangerous organizations, I guess you could say. And I feel like if any human being in Los Angeles needs a gun, it's probably him. Because yeah, of course, there's definitely a lot of people with their eye on him. He is in like kind of a weird middle ground type area where he's somebody who, if he was a rich rapper, would definitely have security with him all the time, or at least would be wise to, but he don't really have money like that. So instead he's carrying straps and doing his own thing. It's kind of crazy because it's like you could imagine that maybe if he wasn't so street or so gang affiliated and his image wasn't so dangerous, that he would be like Drewski. You know, he would have got swooped up by like a management team and they would have went to work on building all kinds of content around him and stuff. Like I kind of see that vision of like how that could have worked, but I feel like, you know, people were kind of scared, so he ended up kind of doing more like the YouTube circuit, the vlog circuit. He's done a lot of different things. He did a rap battle.
Beyond a rap battle, Adam22 and Crip Mac's manager, China Mac, have gone out of their way to provide Crip Mac with opportunities to produce content that's outside the gang sphere. Him and China Mac have a show called Mac Ventures, where they eat, walk around, and do other stuff. But Crip Mac's most recent venture was on Adam22's reality show.
So can you tell me about the reality show that you've kind of been doing for the past few months?
Yeah, we did a reality show where basically like we got a bunch of porn stars and then we got a few men off the streets and decided that we would have them all compete to be my first ever threesome boy girl with my
gotta
wife.
wash my hands. I can't.
Hi, I'm Nana the Plug. I am an adult creator.
My name is Adam22 and I co-own Plug Talk with my lovely wife. We interview a different girl every week.
And then we them at the end. But we've only ever done it with other women.
God. So we've arranged this whole challenge to find the perfect guy to be our first ever boy-girl threesome.
You want to get out?
No.
Get out. We're going to get you out of the situation.
And Crip Mac was an obvious choice. And it was a little bit tough to wrangle him and get him to actually show up and everything. But he fought hard till the end. And I'm not going to lie, like, just the reaction to him was, like, so insane. And, like, one of the things I was really thinking about was, like, finding a reality show to do to find him a girlfriend.
So how close did Crip Mac come to winning the reality show?
He made it to, like, the final 5 or some shit like that. But then, ultimately, it wasn't meant to be.
What do you think was his disqualifying factor?
He wouldn't show us his dick. Not the most progressive guy when it comes to gay shit or just penises in general, so he wouldn't show us his dick.
What's going on, everybody?
All right, man, it's time. I've known you for a few years now, and I'm ready to see the
It's for her. It's for her.
I swear.
Hey. Okay, I guess I didn't really want to say that bad anyways,
So
but
he's not even going to show us?
probably not.
Damn.
What do you think his rationale was behind not revealing his genitals to you guys?
You know, I've always tried to get Crip Mac to, like, take a walk on the wild side and just, you know,
What the
get
fuck?
a little
Yeah.
freaky with me. And he's not feeling it. And I feel like showing another man your dick is just not 55th Street enough for him. Like, he's just, that's off the table.
But the winner did have to show you his dick.
Yeah.
What do you think?
We banged her, my wife together, yeah.
Oh, you already did?
Yeah.
Despite Crip Mac not qualifying to participate in Adam's three-way, his appearance in the reality show was very beneficial to his career and brought a second wind to Crip Mac's viral streak. On top of that, his friends and family say he was doing better than ever before the feds picked him up.
He was doing so well when he got out this time. He was doing
Well,
so
you got it well, man.
I've seen him just grow as a person so much.
Dude.
Yes, and for this to happen right in
So why the cups go so heavy? How do they know? Did they get a tip, something like that? Like how do they
the
know this
middle
to
of
be?
something so exciting and people loving
To look
him
or
for
search
who he is.
on him at that point,
That's a
on
great
that
thing.
day.
He is a great guy. He has a great
Meta.
heart.
What's some of the growth that you've seen since he's been out from this last bid?
Oh, just being more mature with getting his bank account. You know, thanks to China Mac. Shout out to China Mac for doing that. He's such a good person in his life.
That's good.
And during this time that he came home and I was really with him a lot.
Yeah, that's a
he
big,
changed
that's a big deal,
immensely.
chat.
Like so much. Like you could just see him like just becoming growing, just becoming more of an adult.
Because I don't think he ever had that.
He never had that. He's not
Financial
like developed
literacy.
cognitively in a lot of areas. You know what I'm saying?
It
And
took you a
because of
while
that-
to understand him.
Yeah, it took me a
Yeah,
while. to
he
really
would
understand
call
that.
me. I'm like, well, he's like, and then it took him, and he finally got him, and like, then he started like changing Crip Mac for the better.
Well,
Like,
also, ignorance isn't stupidity either. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're dumb." So people just don't know because they weren't taught and they weren't given that, and they didn't grow interest in that. It doesn't mean that they're stupid.
well, he needs this, and he listens to China Mac, bro.
He listens though. This is the thing. Like he's hard-headed. He's not used to that. He's not used to listening to people. But he will though, especially when I saw a want for him to be better. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for somebody that's never been taught better. You know what I'm saying? That's never been, not to take anything from Mama Bear and his family, but they taught him as much as they can.
But from a man's standpoint.
From a man's standpoint, he wasn't taught how to be a man, how to do certain things. And you know, I think it's just, I think it's sad to see society just say, you know what, just go to prison, just throw it all, like, you know, just throw them into prison. And this is supposed to be America. This is supposed to be the land of opportunity.
Okay. But then, flip the coin on another case where you have the same scenario, kind of, right? And you have somebody who's like, who has mental health issues, right? And then has a gun, and something happens, and then the state knew about it and didn't do shit. What is everybody gonna say? They're gonna say, "Yo, dude, you guys let this guy with a fucking gun and mental illness and no checks on him do all this shit, I mean, they're kind of decently liable for that shit if they didn't any shit.
And freedom, you know, we're supposed to understand
It's tough,
our
I
sick
mean.
a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to take those instead of just like lazily just throwing everybody in jail. And I think this is one of those cases that, you know, this man does not belong in prison for 15
I
years.
understand. He didn't
That's
do anything yet.
crazy.
If
Like, if
somebody
he
did
goes to jail
something
for that long, I'm leaving this
with those
country. I'm never coming
parameters.
back. Yeah. How you doing, man?
Doing all right, or shall we say cutty wuddy, so we can put a shade.
Where are you at right now?
I'm in the jelly welly. I'm in jail.
I'm with Mama Bear and Granny Bear right now.
Hey! Hi, baby.
Hey, baby.
All is well. That Granny Bear's doing better. I'm glad.
I am.
Gonna see all right, Granny Bear.
I know. I feel
You'll
much
see all
better
right.
too. I really do.
Chat, link the song.
Thank
Chat, link
you.
the song.
Trevor, can you hear me?
Yes, Mama.
How are you doing? How are things going?
Oh, everything's going well. I'm writing new music. I got a couple new movies I'm writing now, and I just been working out every day.
Chat, that song is heavy.
It's working out, and
Staying positive?
Situated. Oh, the nifty nickel gonna stay positive.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we love you,
Definitely.
and we support you completely.
Oh, yeah.
He's done it.
Hey, that's appreciate it.
You know, mommy's here, of course.
Of course, you gotta hold it together. You gotta realize, through the hard times, everything gonna be all right. And hey, things happen. Things happen. Things can see worse. They are. They got a nice. It's a number of times that the federal they don't play. And they got some time. It is what it is.
Yeah, I know.
You can't see mad, or nothing like
I know.
that. You just gotta go through it.
Right.
You got a program like Program Time Fund. Hey, you gotta keep that energy going. They're trying to do 5 years or more, which is not the greatest, but that's also a empty number.
What is he saying?
Together. I'm there for you, baby.
Come home and do the right stuff in
Yeah.
life. Stay out of people's way.
Stay out of trouble.
Out of jail.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Right.
Yes, Mama Bear, you're a strong woman. I told you, don't you cry. Don't you be sad. The husband's gonna be all right.
That's right. I just miss you so much. So.
Oh, yeah. It's the things we got to go through in life. Things we got to go through, and a lot of people do.
I mean, we got some good messages here and there, yeah.
People are really jealous of the same, and a lot of people don't like you. They're going to try to hit you with everything they can hit you with. It's
right.
It's selfish. It's not right, but at the same time, you got to go through what you go through, though.
That's right.
Chat. Guys.
Crip Mac. Never commit suicide, never commit suicide. Things get rough, don't give up, don't take your own life. Everything gonna see alright, cuz. Never commit suicide. Suicide by the weak-minded, been through hell, no money, late night grinding. With baby stretch, draw down the baby T, low, really grinding. In the 50s, we winning, we shining. Never commit suicide. Don't do no cluster shit. Killing yourself is weak-minded. I've been a long road from the county jail, fly to prison. That could give Crip Mac life. I'll never in my life. Suicide is fight a week. That's custer shit. Don't see a custer. Stay living. Get your money. We all go through hard times. It's never the end. Get on your grind. Listen, fight a hustler. Carte Blanc said, you are somebody. Carte Blanc said, you are somebody. Cause listen, fight me. I'ma keep it 50-50.
You seem to be handling it pretty well. That's just the way it is.
See no changes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we listen to Tupac a lot.
And when I turned 3 years old, Mama Bear had me a jumper.
A jumper party. That's right.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, in Ontario.
This call will be terminated in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, I got
I know, babe. Hey, listen. Do you have any messages for your fans right now?
I do have a message for the fans. I got a message for the fans. Everything's gonna be all right, and we gonna make everything happen the best we can make it happen. And I just wanna send a message for the young kids and the young people out there. Hey, look, the system ain't a game. They're trying to make an example out of me because of my fame and that all I represent is grit. But also they don't care that I represent helping people trying to do better stuff. So just take that in as far as just realize once you get up to the fence, there's nothing like the county jail, nothing like the state prison. They can give you 1,000,000 years if they want to give you it. So hey, it is what it is, though. I want to let y'all know I love y'all, listen by y'all parents. Hey, Quick Mac taught y'all, don't see a customer, because that baby snaps 55th Street Alley.
This call will be terminated in 1 minute.
Jesus.
I'm gonna keep it 55th Street. Love y'all.
I love you,
That
baby.
reminder is terrible. Guys, that's fucking depressing.
All right, take care.
That's brutal.
A Mickey's monkey. Bye, baby. Bye, sweetie. See how he sounds? I mean, it's just.
But he's up. I mean,
he's up.
Yeah, he's up right now.
He sounds really good.
Well, I believe in miracles. I know you do too.
Yeah.
He can let our baby go home. Wouldn't that be something?
He deserves it.
Thank you so much for watching. As you currently watch this video, Crip Mac is being held in a federal detention facility as he awaits his sentencing offer from the prosecution. But there's something I forgot to mention. Crip Mac has no legal representation. It's equipped to handle his case in federal courts, so he literally has no lawyer. And I think it's my responsibility, given how much he's helped
No! I didn't know my best.
My name is Andrea.
Guys, I was clearing my tabs. Guys, what the fuck? I did it on purpose, motherfucker. Guys, it bugged out.
Responsibility, given how much he's helped Channel 5 in the past,
No, it
to
didn't.
help him out because
On
he
purpose,
needs it.
man,
If you
on
look in the
purpose.
description below, you'll see that I set up a GoFundMe, which is called the Crip Mac Legal Defense Fund. I talked to him over the phone, and he thinks that a $10,000 goal is fair and would help him out a lot. Also, the elephant in the room with Crip Mac from the jump has obviously been mental illness. And in terms of substantial cognitive recovery, I think he has a really long way to go, and I definitely don't think that the federal correctional system
Guys, apparently they busted the goal.
initiate that mental
34K.
rehabilitation process. I actually think that putting him in jail may actually worsen his paranoia and the symptoms of his paranoid schizophrenia. That's where a decent lawyer comes in. A good federal lawyer can do a couple things for someone who suffers from mental illness. One thing they can do is bring out an outside expert mental health witness to testify in front of the judge before the sentencing offer is made, which, if done properly, can lead Crip Mac to an entirely separate judicial process, which is called the mental health courts. Being tried in the mental health court system would guarantee that even if he got sentenced, he'd have access to adequate mental health services upon his incarceration, which I think is crucial in his recovery. Some of you may probably watch this and think, oh, what's the point of getting him a lawyer when there's a 97% conviction rate? And to that I say, I understand where you're coming from, but the difference between 5 years and 15 years in federal prison makes a huge difference, especially in the life of his child, which is supposed to be born on May 5th of this year. Arguably, it was the absence of a father figure that caused Crip Mac to turn to the gang lifestyle in the first place, so I would hate to see that cycle repeated for another generation. Anyways, I'm going to contribute a couple thousand. If you guys could too, that would be great. Link is below.
Channel 5 live worldwide, Hollywood is live. Fuck the authority.
Yo, I feel like I did a little more reacting this time. Just a little bit, Just one little bit.